Hey guys, it's Jill. I am back for my second vlog. As I have mentioned in the previous video, I did the college program in spring of 2013. I just kind of wanted to go into housing a little bit and things that I wish that I would have brought that I'm glad that I'm bringing this time, and I kind of wanted to put out there some things that aren't on everybody's packing list and things that I was kicking myself that I got there without. Some of it is common sense. So first off, you are going to bring a checkbook to set up your direct deposit for your paycheck each week. You will want to bring a lock for your locker. You're bringing your passports, your checkbooks, things that are irreplaceable while you're down there. So having it stored away in a locker where you know nobody's going to be able to get to it really does give you peace of mind. I did not really plan for something bad to happen, but I did. I lost my wallet, or my wallet was stolen. I can't say that, but it was stolen, and I was stuck in Florida without a debit card, without a driver's license, without like anything. So don't end up like me. Bring backups and keep them in a safe place, because if you are put in that situation, you want to have a backup plan. So I kind of made a list of things on my phone that I'm really glad I either brought, had to buy when I got there and it was a pain in the butt, or, you know, just things that you should do before you get down there. I really recommend when you're getting everything sorted out for your car insurance that you have to provide in order to be able to park at the complexes, make sure that your car is up to date on its oil change, because getting an oil change in Orlando, Florida, when you are working a full-time job and you want to play in the parks on your day off and do whatever, getting an oil change is not on the top of the list of things that you're going to want to do. So make sure that your car is serviced before you drive it down into that Florida heat. Another thing that you might not think about until you get down there is make sure that if you do take any medication, you transfer it to the pharmacy there so that you won't have to worry about it. Things I'm glad I brought. Bring a towel rack of some sort. We put ours above our toilet. We had one hanging on the back of the door, which was really handy because there's not a lot of storage in the bathrooms. There's kind of underneath the sink, but that doesn't give you much storage, especially when two people are sharing a bathroom. You need to have a place to set all your towels and any toiletries that you might have, so that was very, very nice to have. Another thing that I was really glad that I brought was bed risers. The rooms are relatively small, so when you have the little bit of extra storage, it really does help. I kept everything underneath my bed, and another thing I'm putting on my list is storage bins. It's on a lot of people's list, but this one also comes in handy because it doubles as a laundry basket, and when you're walking to the facilities, it's nice to have a big basket that you can that you know is sturdy. Like this one has leather handles, and you can kind of just throw your detergent on top of it. I bought a foam mattress topper before I went down there. It was the best investment I ever made, because by the time I worked merchandise, so this is all coming from my perspective of working merchandise, I was on my feet all day long. Even when I was off, I was at the parks, and by the time I got home, I passed out. And that mattress pad was heaven. Bring a floor-length mirror. There's not one in the apartment, and we only had one, and 6 people were sharing it, so. This might also be common sense, but bring a router for your apartment, and a good one, because ours didn't work for like the first 2 months. We got a new router, and our internet was perfect. So another thing that you're going to need in Florida, a rain jacket. But not like a heavy one, bring a light one like this. Like this one's really great because you can just like literally roll this up into a ball and go. I liked having a backpack to take to the parks. I bought this when I was down there. It's little, it doesn't weigh much, and it kind of, I would throw my work clothes in here, and if we went to the park before work, I would be ready to go. And like a lot of times, I worked at Hollywood Studios, so a lot of times we would go to like Epcot before I had a night shift, and then I would just take the boat from Epcot to Studios, and I would be ready to go and change with my work clothes in here. If you're just going out to the parks for the day, little crossbody bag, doesn't weigh anything. Also, cheap sunglasses. I have nice sunglasses, and I got on Rock and Roller Coaster with my Ray-Bans. Kind of put my purse to the side and didn't think about the fact that it goes from 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. And when I got off the ride, the lenses were shattered. So bring cheap sunglasses that, like, if you go to the water park, you won't be afraid to lose. Bring a planner, because work schedules, and they get crazy when you're working like 60-hour weeks. So good to have. I had this, and I had a calendar in my room so that my roommates could see when I was working. Really nice to have a watch too, because guests ask you what time it is, and if you're not around to register, it really does come in handy. I usually wear this watch. It's a big old honkin' watch, but I also have one for Disney. This is Disney Luxe. It's just a little black watch. It goes with everything, and I'm not worried about breaking it because it's cheap. I mainly worked inside when I did merchandise, but some days I would have outside shifts at the hub carts, and you know, you rotate to, you won't even have an outside shift, and you'll rotate because you have to break somebody that is outside. And I wish I would have had these. I carried these with me all the time. These are oil blotting papers. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, these are the most handy thing in the world. Just pull them out, and if you're like gross, these things are heaven in Florida. I don't care who you are. Another thing, this is like mainly for girls, because I mean, guys, if you wear makeup, do your thing, but this is Makeup Forever. It is a spray fixative for your makeup that you would wear to work, and if you're sweating outside in Florida, it really does help to have this. Like, you're gonna sweat, so plan ahead. Another thing that you need is sunscreen. Everybody knows that. And aloe vera. Bring aloe vera, because you will get sunburned at least once when you're down there. You'd be like not planning to go outside, and then you go outside for like 8 hours, and you will get home and be a tomato. This is a Camelback water bottle. It's really, really handy to have at work. It's not Disney Luxe. You will get a Disney Luxe water bottle too, but I would fill this up at home with our Brita filter, which was also nice to have, and take it to work as a lunch box. You are going to work all the time, and you are not going to want to eat at Take Two Cafe every day. I mean, you might. I'm not judging you. They have the best chicken quesadillas in the world. Bring like one good beach towel, because when you go to the parks, you want it. I also recommend, I have a really good beach bag that I took with me to the pool, and I would just throw everything in there and go for the parks. So I know this isn't a complete list, but one more thing that I'm going to throw out there is a backup battery for your phone, because some days I would go to the parks with our friends and we would split up and go different places, and there is nothing worse than being stuck at Disney World without a phone, especially if you're supposed to meet your friends somewhere, go out to your car. It is awful. So that is it on my list of things that I could think of off the top of my head that I'm glad that I had. If anybody does have any questions about rules for the apartment or how it was, I lived in a Chatham 3-bedroom with 5 other girls, and each bedroom had its own bath, and I loved it. So if you have any questions for me, just post it in the comments below, and yeah.